In the heart of a vast green forest lived a young fox. He was quick, sharp-eyed, and clever, but also terribly proud. He loved to show off his tricks, stealing grapes from vines, tricking rabbits for fun, and boasting about escaping traps meant for him. "Who could outsmart me?" he'd say, tail flicking. "I'm the wittiest creature alive." Most animals ignored his talk. They had seen clever ones before, but none as noisy as this fox. Only the owl, who lived atop the old cedar tree, ever answered him. "One who must tell everyone he is wise," she said once, "has not yet learned what wisdom means." The fox laughed. "And what would you know, old bird? You spend all night hooting instead of hunting." The owl smiled in silence. Wisdom rarely argues. A week later, the fox found the owl again perched above the stream. "I've decided," he declared proudly. "We should have a contest to prove who's wiser." The owl tilted her head. "And how would wisdom be measured?" "By action, of course," said the fox. "Let's see who can find the best meal before sundown." The owl sighed softly. "Wisdom isn't always about chasing meals. But very well. If you wish to learn, the forest shall teach." They agreed to meet at sunset near the cliffs with their prizes. The fox dashed off, thrilled to win. He was sure his cunning would make the owl look foolish. As the fox roamed through the forest, he found a rabbit nibbling near a bush. But before he could pounce, a hunter's net hidden in the grass nearly caught his paw. "Ha! Almost had me," he said proudly, wriggling free. "That's how clever I am." Moments later, he spotted something shining near the river, a trap baited with a chunk of meat. He stopped. It looked fresh and juicy, far better than the rabbit. He sniffed around. It smells like danger," he muttered. "But what if it's safe? What if I'm overthinking?" His pride whispered louder than his instincts. "The owl will probably bring some boring berries," he said. "This meat will win for sure." He lunged forward, and snap! The trap caught his tail. The fox yelped in pain as the iron teeth clamped down. High above, the owl had been watching. She swooped down quietly and perched beside the struggling fox. "Need help?" she asked softly. The fox growled, embarrassed. I don't need pity." The owl said nothing. She studied the mechanism carefully, then flew off and returned with a small stick. Using her talons, she pried open the latch and freed his tail. The fox stumbled away, ashamed. "Don't think this means you've won." The owl smiled kindly. "It was never a contest, Fox. Wisdom isn't about speed or pride. It's about seeing the trap before it closes." The fox lowered his head. "I only wanted to prove I'm not foolish," the owl replied. "And yet, that desire made you foolish." Then she flew back to her cedar tree, leaving him to think. The next day, the fox wandered near the cliffs again, nursing his bruised tail. He heard a voice echoing faintly from the trees. "Fox, the clever fox!" He perked up. "Who's there?" The voice called again, mocking, "Too smart to see his own trap." The fox's fur bristled. "Show yourself." But when he shouted, the same words bounced back, louder this time. "Show yourself." It was the forest echo. He remembered the owl's words and realized the truth. Sometimes the world simply reflects what we throw into it. If he shouted in anger, he'd only hear anger back. If he spoke with calm, calmness would return. He sat quietly, gazing at the horizon. For the first time, the fox didn't speak. He just listened, to the river, to the wind, to the soft hum of the forest. Weeks passed. The animals began to notice a change. The fox no longer bragged. He still played, still hunted, but his eyes were gentler, his words fewer. When a young squirrel asked for advice on avoiding traps, he patiently showed her how to smell human scent in the air. The owl watched from her cedar branch, proud but silent. One night, when the moon was full, the fox climbed up near her tree. "You were right," he said quietly. "Wisdom isn't about showing off. It's about slowing down long enough to see clearly." The owl nodded. "And what have you seen?" "That I don't need to prove I'm smart," he said. "Only that I can learn," the owl smiled. "Then, Fox, you finally found wisdom." They sat together in peaceful silence, as the forest wind carried away the last echo of the fox's old arrogance. Moral: Think before you act. Pride speaks first. But wisdom listens. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for more stories.